Well, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Not loving that name, but anyway.
Not at all.
I was, as we talked about in the pod a little bit, I was kind of excited because, childhood hero and whatnot. But I was also a little bit like, he's super old now. Like, I even just made a whole video about, like, stop bringing back these old, like, legacy characters, whatever.
Yeah.
But I have to say, they got me with the nostalgia play. When the music kicked in, they got me. I'm sorry.
I won't lie. It honestly looks quite good.
It looks good, doesn't it?
It looks like a fun time.
I hate to say it because I was all ready to come on here and be like, what are they doing? It's the same old thing. It's like dare I say, a Ghostbuster situation, but it's not.
They've brought back and CGI'd Harrison.
What they have? Okay, can we talk about the de-aged Harrison? The de-Harrison. Never mind. Sorry. It sounded better in my head. Sounded like anything in my head. De-Harrison. That's his son's name. D''Harrison Ford.
De-Harrison Ford.
Leads to a lot of confusion around the house. But also, as he's announced at parties, D. Harrison Ford. Sorry. But
wait, are you saying D. Harrison or D. Harrison?
I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything important. The de-aged Harrison.
I disagree.
I'm changing lives here. What a... Also,
Harrison DeFord.
Harrison deformed?
Would you say that after he probably dies in a few years, do you think his family can Harrison afford a funeral?
Oh my god, let's not. Because he's going to die soon, and then this clip will be...
What is that lack of faith?
No, it's just, he's an older dude. Harrison DeFord. Wait, okay, let me close it out. Let me think of a really good one.
Harrison the getting up there in the years.
That was really good. Actually, that was really clever. Anyway, we hope Harrison lives forever and ever, and he's not that old. He's not going to die soon. We're kidding. Anyway.
Hey, he looked weirdly nimble in this movie, in this trailer.
Man, his ragged old bones were really getting up on that motorcycle, weren't they?
It would appear he's goated with...
What'd you say?
I said it would appear he is goated with the sauce.
Okay, great. Good. Sorry, I regret asking. But
I hate that you made me
shame in your face when you return to the mic. I said it appears he's goated with the sauce. But the Harrison de-age looks... I know it's just like 2 very brief clips, but it looks perfect. It looks so real.
Sensational.
It
does look quite good. For de-aging, it looks very good.
The only time I've ever fully believed it before in a movie was when they did Samuel L. Jackson in Captain Marvel. That was the only time that I was fully on board.
Yeah.
Leia looked weird. Luke looked weird. Fucking even in that movie, Phil Coulson looked weird. It's always,
he did.
Tony Stark looked kind of weird. Hank Pym looked pretty good, I guess. But in general, there's always something slightly off. Samuel L. Jackson was the only one where it was it genuinely just looks
you could always kind of be... It's because you know it's happening as well. You're like...
Yeah. I think it helps that...
If we didn't know who Harrison was in this, and we saw that, we'd be like, okay, what a strapping man. Doesn't have many imperfections, this boy.
Some could call him sensational. But I don't know, it was just... And there's something about that it finally... all these things that I even in that video that I've complained about, of they bring it back for the nostalgia and whatever. I feel like this was the first time, at least in a very long time, where it actually worked on me, where I saw the young Harrison, and it genuinely felt like we were getting a new... I don't know, a new chapter in this story that I really like. You know what I mean? I felt genuinely excited. I was like, oh my god, I get to see this character that I love on screen again.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it might just be a very well edited trailer, but yeah, the music kicking in and all that, and it looks kind of like a fun
run. That's kind of fun. We've got the Wolverine.
We do have As I Live and Breathe.
Sensational.
I can so imagine in that scene when he's sitting in the car with Hugh Jackman. As I Live and Breathe. Sensational. Hugh stabs him immediately.
He was like...
But yeah, so this story, it's gonna be apparently based on a vaguely true-ish thing. I was kind of confused, but apparently during the space race in like the 60s, there were like Nazi scientists working in NASA or something like that. Something,
interesting.
Some Nazi connection. Anyway, they're gonna play into that which I think we've talked about on this pod. If they were gonna do like he's in the 60s or something, like there were still Nazis around, or like racists or whatever to beat up, you know. Yeah. So you want Indy to be fighting Nazis, you know? It's his best. It's his best.
It's his one redeeming quality.
To be fair, he does do a lot of bad things if you think about it. So beating up Nazis is probably the most the least objectionable thing. You're like, yeah, go off. That's a good one. You can
go off, King.
The thing where you steal artifacts and also that you got with Marion when she was 15 or whatever. It's not on. But punching Nazis, it's very on.
You can do. So is Mads Mikkelsen playing a Nazi in this movie then?
I assume so. Yeah. To be fair, I also want to say in not to get all political with it, but in today's modern climate or whatever, I feel like it could be good to have a movie where someone just beats up Nazis for a bit. I feel like that's been missing a little bit from...
I honestly, yeah. I feel like everyone can kind of come together.
Yeah, or at least should be able to. We should.
Yeah, I mean, watch someone be like, God, Mads Mikkelsen was so right in everything he wanted to do in this movie.
Yeah, that's genuinely a horrifying thought. But anyway, it looks like a fun adventure.
It's like that with the whole Dahmer thing where everyone's like when he's doing like the interview where he's like describing the murders and there's like a bunch of comments like, oh my God, he's so genuine. Love him.
Yeah. But anyway, so you know what? Surprising dub on the Indiana Jones. I'm kind of excited. Actually, I'm very excited. I hate to say it, but they got me.